first of all, it'd be best if you can tell everybody who you guys are.
Andy Long, co-president of Speedo International.
David Robertson, co-president of Speedo International. Partners in crime.
Partners in crime. And
Jason Rance, I run Aqualab, Speedo's R&D team.
so we're midway through, not quite midway through the Olympics, and Dave's just arrived. What's happening back home? Tell us.
The media's been fantastic, particularly with the 2 British girls getting some medals. So absolutely fantastic, and can't wait to get down to the pool and see some swimming.
So it's been great for swimming on a whole. Any other media out there on other sports?
I think a lot more people are interested in talking about swimming. Obviously Michael Phelps is doing great, and then obviously the rest of the Olympics and the coverage that people are seeing back home is just fabulous. But in particularly, I think Michael's feats in the pool are really making a difference.
You've been experiencing it here. What's been your experience so far, Andy?
Been here since the start. It's just been incredibly exciting. I think in terms of sheer thrills, the high point has to be the men's 4x1 relay, when the Americans had to claw it back, and we all knew that at the second step, Michael's record was on the edge, and the 4th swimmer just absolutely brought it home for the Americans, and that was so exciting. That was a real adrenaline moment.
And you've been here as well, Jason, since the start, seeing your project of Laser Racer with Aqualab come to fruition. How's that going for you?
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, it's after what's almost 4 years of work, it's fantastic to see guys like Michael Phelps and all the swimmers we've been working with doing so well in the pool. A lot of excitement. It's always a bit nervous beforehand, so it's great to see the laser race performing so well on the athletes.
What's been your highlight so far for you?
Well, I'm an Aussie, so I think seeing Stephanie Rice in the medley was great. I think she's won 2 golds and 2 world records today.
Double, pretty good.
Awesome,
So, sort of split, we've got a bit of a split here because we've got a couple of English guys and an Aussie. How do you watch the Olympics? Are you like global, or do you have a bit of a lean towards GB at times?
Well, you always lean towards your home country, but I think the thing that's made this Olympics so special is the quality of swimming across the whole board. And actually, when you see the commitment that swimmers have put in for 15 or more years of their life, and you see them achieving something that is just swimming faster than anybody has ever swum before, it doesn't matter where you come from, you've got to celebrate that. It's just an amazing thing.
A few more things to do. What happens for you two now? Are you crossing over? You go home?
Yeah, so I go home Saturday, so I've got a few more days of swimming, and then I sort of pass the baton over totally to the man here so that he can hang out with the athletes, do the parties, get his photo taken. Get
You like that bit of Betso, don't you, Dave?
All the famous stuff.
Sacrifices.
It's a hard job.
Okay, so what any highlights for you that you want to go see? What you're excited about at all?
Got to see Michael go for his 8. Got to be there and see each one of those races. I think overall, just to get down and see the finals, you've got to get down there and just experience the excitement, the passion, everything. All of those guys watching some amazing sport.
Is this whose first Olympics is it?
It's my first Olympics.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah.
All 3?
All 3 of us,
Olympic virgins.
Olympic virgins, that's right.
And so far, like as an Olympic thing, how do you feel about the experience of just coming to the Olympics? Did you expect it to anything? Did you expect it to be as big as it is, or?
I think what's been amazing is how well it's been organised. And I think, getting off the plane, getting through the airport, and then going to the event this morning, getting in really, really easily. I just think it's been really well organised from what we can see so far.
Are you going to get a chance to see other sports, or would you like to?
Yeah, I'm going to see the beach volleyball and the water polo. So I'm going to see those, and obviously the diving as well.
Away from swimming, away from water sports?
I'm full time on swimming till the moment I leave.
So, hardcore swimmers.
Yeah, and I have to say at the moment I don't feel like I'm missing out. It feels like where the real buzz is. If you think about the last 3 nights, we've had world records in the heats, and probably about 10 Olympic records across those 3 nights. So even the heats have been absolutely phenomenal. It's so exciting.
A bit away from, say, the sport as well. All 3 of you guys have got families, and they're not here. They're at home. What's it like having to be at an event like this without your family? And
it's a shame. You want to tell them what's going on. The wonders of modern technology mean that I'm taking photos, I'm emailing them straight through. So at the opening ceremony, it was, here's where I'm sitting, you know, look out for me. And my 3-year-old son saw me on TV in the opening ceremony, so you can't get better than that. It was pretty exciting for them. So it'll be nice to get back, but I think they're sharing the excitement too.
That's cool. Dave, picking up any souvenirs or?
Yeah, plenty of souvenirs and sending the photos back. And I've got 5 children and 2 of them in the local swimming club. So
they're asking
really
you for laser races,
really,
are they?
Really, yeah.
Asking
Really
you for laser races, I bet.
Yeah, I bet.
And yours is a little bit too young for that.
I have a good conversation with my 8-month-old son Gabriel every night. He talks to me and I'm missing him terribly, but he's get lots of presents when I get home.
I guess most people out there are thinking, what are Speedo going to do next? What are the answers?
We're hoping Jason will tell us.
Go faster.
Yeah.
Oh, is that? Oh, I've got to go. Lots to be done. No, we've got lots of things in the pipeline. Working on triathlon at the moment, which will be exciting. Taking everything we've got a laser racer swim into triathlon, and taking a lot of other elements of laser racer into our other areas of swim.
So that's for the elite suit, but what happens post-Olympics for Speedo in every other way?
It's really about capitalising on it. I mean, we now have a phenomenal profile. We've both taken great pleasure today about seeing Chinese people wearing the Speedo brand, because you know, we've had a presence here amongst swimmers, but now with this publicity, it's meaning something to the broader population. And everywhere in the world, but particularly in Asia, we've got this great opportunity for Speedo to be bigger and mean more to people, and we just need to make sure we make the most of that from here on in.
Can you see a laser races down at the local swimming pool?
I'm sure there will be people wanting to try it out. Not least us, actually. You know, we still need to go and have a go.
I've done that. I swam in it. It's amazing.
But I don't think it'll catch on.
I think what you will see is some of the technology and the understanding that we have of the 3-dimensional fit, how we put the laser racer together, the core stabiliser. You'll see that really filtering down into everyday swimwear. So hopefully we can all swim better and faster, easier.
I mean, it is such a revolution. Are there other applications for it in other fields, and would Speedo explore those? Would that work?
I think we've got a number of patents that are there, which certainly our knowledge on fit and compression will be leading the world on. So there's lots of potential, I think.
I mean, a lot of people are interested in the NASA side of things, work with the wind tunnels. Is there any way to develop things further for Formula 1 cars or runners?
Well, it was interesting talking with a mate of yours, Jason Gardner, the other day, UK sprinter, and he's going to try out the laser racer, the jammers, which are kind of shorts, in sprinting. So it'll be interesting to play around just to see the effect in different sports. But also a lot of the partners we work with, like NASA, and the guys who do a lot of the testing, what's called computational fluid dynamics work, but they're also working on the design of jet engines and design of ships, etc. So there's a lot of interaction between what we do in developing swimwear and then what these guys are also doing in other fields. So it's kind of, we're always learning from each other.
And when you're developing them like that, do they then start to speak to you about other people they're developing? Actually, your application works really well for another brand that we're working with, maybe, and so then does that become more collaborative? Yeah,
potentially, definitely. Definitely some of the testing techniques we use. There's areas of collaboration, and I think we just see for the Speedo brand just how far we take it.
For me, I tested some of the Speedo suits going forward, and I learned a lot. What does Speedo bring to athletes as well? Have you got any top tips that you've learned when you've been in the flume with athletes that they can do every day, even if they can't buy a laser racer?
Well, definitely a lot of the computer analysis we do of athletes in the flume, which is like a moving water tunnel. We learn things like just having your fingers stuck out at the sides when you dive in can add about 2% to the total drag, the resistance your body creates.
So put your thumbs together.
Stick your thumbs in. Goggle straps under the cap. We actually designed a new cap for Beijing, the Aqua V, and we've actually got channels in the cap, so you put your goggle straps in the channels. And again, sticking your goggle straps in can save you another 2% of drag on your body. So it's little things like that you want to watch out for.
So we can be educating swimmers as well at the same time?
No, definitely. Definitely when they're there testing, we're having conversations, we've got the biomechanists and physiologists swapping ideas, and they're definitely hopefully going away with a little bit more knowledge about some areas of swimming.
Brilliant. Well, thanks for having a chat to us.
Cheers.
Enjoy the Olympics, and let's hope we break a few more world records, I guess.
Absolutely. I'm sure there's many more to come.
Yeah. Thank you.